All right. Appreciate you being here. Going back again to the Bowling Green game. Again, to me, it was a pretty solid win. Wasn't complete or perfect, but it was a sound win. A lot of things didn't go our way, but our guys kept battling and kind of hung in there and persevered, played hard, and made some plays. We got a lot to work on, though. It's evident when you watch tape. Just fundamentally, both sides of the ball in kicking game, there's a lot of work to do. We got 3 games under our belt, and with 2 open dates, there's still 11 weeks of the regular season still left, so we got a lot of work to do on defensively. I think, we did show some improvement, which is good to see. Got a lot of young guys playing, but there's a lot to work on there just with communication, alignment, just executing our schemes, our fundamentals, getting off blocks, tackling. There's a lot of youth over there. We do have some experience, but there's a lot of important positions with those linebackers, safeties, and some of those kids up front that are freshmen. In this day and age, you're going this week. They'll change gears now to a team that completely different with spread and space and quarterback run game and big receivers and good mix of run and pass. So, college football defense is I think very, very difficult because you have to adjust week after week to all the different styles that are still going on in college ball. I do think a good thing for our defense was they had a good response. And I don't think just responding that I think you would say, okay, we didn't play well the week before. I thought during the game the way they responded, because there's some things that didn't go well. We started out with some errors on offense where you don't execute, you can lose momentum. We have 2 kicking blunders with the punt block, then a fumbled kickoff after they had scored where the game could really get out of hand. So again, some things early didn't go well. Set up for those guys really to maybe to not get off to a good start, to play a good game, and to keep those guys out of the end zone, which they did. They were really good in the red zone, 3rd down. I think 2 things that needs to be noted: they were really good after sudden change. It was twice that things didn't go well, and they had to come out and get a stop, and that was a great response for those guys. So not just coming off the week before, but just during the game. There's ebb and flow of games. There's good and bad. There's things go for you and against you, but you got to keep playing. And I thought that was a very, very positive sign for those guys. Offensively, we got to continue our score zone. We had a couple issues that are close we didn't like. Got to look at our package and execution and play calling and making plays. So a little disappointed there. We got to keep working for balance consistently. We're going to get the run game going. We got to keep pushing for that each week. We got a lot to build on. But again, we still have some glaring areas. We had 2 center quarterback issues in a couple games. We're under center. We're not, cost us on the goal line there and hurt us the week before on the 4th and short. So we got a lot of work to do offensively as we keep moving forward. There's some stats that look good for the offense, but there's a lot of work to do. Special teams, we got to really improve there. We had 2 turnovers this year on kickoff return. We had a punt block for a touchdown the other day. We analyzed this defense. This defense is given up on your stat paper that you look at 28.7 points. If you take the pick 6 and the fumbled kickoff return, they scoop and score on a punt block, that's 21 points in 3 games. That's 7 points less against 21 points. So as a team, we're giving up 28 points a game, not as a defense. And those errors in the kicking game are going to haunt us this week, playing a tremendous team in Missouri, and we get in the Big Ten play. Returns have got to get better. We're not getting much out of kickoff return at all. Cover units keep improving. So again, good win. Didn't go well. Offense got hot late. Defense battled early. But in all phases, we got to continue to improve this crowd. This will be a big week for us. Players of the game. For defense, Nick Mangieri had a sack, 2 batted balls, interceptions, very active, playing both inside and outside. He plays a couple spots for us and in our package and what we're doing. He's been a very good player early in his career. Has a lot of work to do. Can be very, very good as he moves forward. And appreciate the way he's practiced. Not surprised with this play. We'll need him to play well this week and down the stretch. Offensively, Cody Latimer, over 130 yards, touchdown. Really did a great job blocking in the perimeter. Really helped our run game going. Some of those plays that were big were because of the perimeter blocks, not just the offensive line, but those guys in the perimeter getting us going. And Cody's doing a great job in special team play for us in his coverage units that he does for us. Special team player of the game was Mitch Ewald. Had 4 touchbacks on 6 kick opportunities. He's been perfect on his extra points and whatnot. Doing a great job for us. And our scout team players of the week, young guys, and guys that are playing those backup roles right now. Paul Phillips and Damon Graham on offense. Justin Noack and Treg Waters on D. So good win for, against Bowling Green. At the same time, we're going to continue to advance here with Missouri coming in, stronger opponent. Thought Missouri was, thought Bowling Green, very good team last week coming in. We had a good week, played well. We'll get a better skill set this week. Bigger, stronger, faster in all areas, more talented, a very, very successful program. So Missouri shows up 2-0. Last year they're 5-7 in their first year in the SEC, playing probably the toughest schedule, no matter how you want to look at it. Last year, I think they lost to 5 teams that finished the year rated 1 through 9. And so played some strong teams. They also had the injury bug last year. Quarterback got nicked up a lot. They had an outstanding running back, was injured. And I think they had some unusual things not go their way. But if you look at them, 7 previous years, all bowl teams, 4 of those years winning 10-plus games. Coach Pinkel's winningest coach in the history of Toledo, and he's close to being the winningest coach in the history of Missouri. It's a proven staff. His staff has been together. There are coaches on that staff that when I was an assistant at Miami, we were recruiting against them when they were at Toledo. Same guys. They've been together forever, know their scheme, know their players, know they want to practice and coach, and they'll respond off of last year, not doing as well as they want. They're sitting at 2-0. They're coming off a bye week, and they'll come in ready to roll. Offensively, they're led by James Franklin, 5th-year player, quarterback, and he's a dual threat guy. Most times when you say dual threat, you're saying a guy that can run. Their pass game, and he's a guy who'd rather pass than run, yet I believe he might be their leading rusher. But I think they're a cup of tea. They're averaging 270 some yards in the pass game, 260 some yards in the run game. Very, very balanced. He's the guy that makes it go. He's a 5th-year guy. Know him out of Texas. His father played at Oklahoma, actually recruited him and one of his teammates when he was coming out of high school. So great player. He's had a great career. He's off to a great start in his senior campaign. Got size, playmakers in the perimeter. Big outside, 6'2", 3', 4, 5, 6. Big kids. Balls won't get in space. They're fast at back. Several backs playing, including their quarterback's a run-around guy. Defensively, very, very active up front. Will be the best front we've seen in their ability to make plays one-on-one, get pressure on the quarterback without having to blitz. At the same time, again, their defensive staff that we know very, very well has been together a long time. They've got a great way of pressuring you and how they do that. Great way of multiple coverages, making your quarterback work to recognize coverages and reads and distributing the ball and whatnot. So solid defensive group. They got 6 interceptions on the year. They're great on 3rd down. Again, those coaches have been together a long time. They got a lot of confidence on O and D, and it's a good football team. Special team-wise, their kicker, I think he's had 1 kickoff return this year. Everything else has been out of the end zone. Big leg. Punt returners, really good guys, some regular punts, some rugby. They got some good skill guys in the return game, and we've had issues in kicking. So we'll get challenged in all 3 phases. Talented offense, going to make you play in space. Good skill guys, excellent quarterback. Defensively, very active up front. Be a good challenge for our guys. I think our guys will be up for a great week of prep, and it'll be an awesome opportunity to go play Saturday night. So with that, questions?
You talked about your defense bouncing back in the game. Are you starting to see leadership on that defensive side of the ball coming from players more than coaches, or is it still coach-driven at this point?
The players are really getting, like Saban felt that at the end of the last game at Navy, like, hey, coach, we got this stop. There's the way they battled and stuff. So, again, the way we've done some things off the field, and I think it's starting to get on the field. We've got a mix of old guy, young guy, big guy, skill guy, offense, defense. And I just grabbed them this morning here before they went to class saying, hey, here, what issues you guys got this week? What do you want to do here? What's your thoughts as we get going this week? So in general, I think we're getting better leadership on the field, and the defense is picking up. Still got a long way to go. And we got to learn, like last week, we came off a bad week and had a good week. We can now come off a better week and see if we can have a better week coming off a good week instead of up and down. Because if you're going up and down, you're just staying the same. We got to build this thing by putting together some back-to-back good weeks of prep and keep pressing the season forward.
What is your level of familiarity with the Zeus coaching staff from your time at Oklahoma and, like you said, from your time?
Shoot, it goes back to one guy, one of my best guys just passed away, Mike Dunbar, who was with Coach Pinkel as the coordinator up there, just lost a fight with cancer. Just passed on Friday. We were just talking about him this morning, and he was Coach Pinkel's offensive coordinator. When I was a young coach, Phil Parker, the defensive coordinator at at Iowa now. Me and him would ride around spring recruiting and go to schools together. You know, and so I a lot of respect for those guys. You know, the first year I was at Miami, it was Coach Saban at Toledo, and the next year Coach Pinkel came in, and they were one of the quality teams in the league. We recruited against each other, played against them. Their coaches have changed some, but the core is the same. It starts with Coach Pinkel, who's a class act, great coach, proven winner, very, very consistent what he's done. And I know their program's bouncing back from what was a disappointing year by their standards and what he's created. So, same time each year, you know, things change. They got a new offensive coordinator, Josh Henson, who actually coached at Oklahoma State, is very good friends with Coach Mallory. And so I know Josh from the Oklahoma State days and his first year calling plays. So maybe it's a little different on maybe certain things he likes. Each year, you're going to have certain things you do. You know, when Alden Smith was playing, it was a different dynamic at DN. They have other good DNs. It's just each year's different. So they always adjust their personnel, but they're well coached, and they'll be well coached, and they'll play well in all three phases. They're not going to lose the game. You have to beat a team like Missouri. They're not going to play sloppy. They're not going to turn it over. They're +4 in turnover ratio. Kicking game's outstanding. You got balance on O, good defense, solid football team. So you got to beat a team like that. You know, they're not going to lose the game. You got to play well to beat teams like this.